Ooh, what's up, guys? Cody today with my first game with Ziggs, like ever. I'm fairly certain with that. But as those of you that know me, I am not all that bad with picking up champions fast. Okay, that's a glitch with the duck. Okay, I'm not all that bad with picking up champions fast. But so, Ziggs. He's not a good champion. I'm gonna say that right now. I hated playing him. He's kind of supposed to be this poke champ, but at the same time, he's not because his Q is really hard to hit people with. Unless like you throw it right on top of them. His E you have to get really close for, and even then they're probably gonna not be hit by any of it. And his W is really just for escaping than anything else. It's really hard to use it for an engage purpose. It can disrupt the enemy though. So his ult is really good though. It deals massive amounts of damage, and it's really good. So right here, my jungler took the enemy blue buff, so he's like, here, come get this one. So I started off with a blue buff this game pretty much, which is very nice. So what's going to happen during this whole laning phase pretty much is I am going to be trying to poke down the enemy, and I'm going to fail just because, like I said, Q is really easy to dodge, and I'm going to figure out that my passive is really where I need to be poking him down with. So whenever my passive up, I should be trying to auto attack him for the extra damage. It's hard to do that though, because I mean, if I get too close to him, I can die because he's an assassin, and yeah, that's not going to end well for me. Fortunately, it's not Zed, and because if it was Zed, then he could probably kill me right now. Talon has a little bit of a harder time doing it. And he's probably not all that confident with Talon by the looks of it. But so yeah, as you can see, I kind of got Talon down a little bit. It wasn't all that much, but it was enough. It was enough to make him want to back off. Okay, so normally on Ziggs, since he is a very mana-intensive champion, not very, but he is mana-intensive. Normally, you want to get in Athene's. Since I'm going up against a Talon, though, I decided to get Morellonomicon instead. Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to ult them. They do get hit by it. If they were standing in the middle, it would have definitely killed them. But so what's gonna happen is we're gonna try to kill Talon. Unfortunately, Talon is going to attempt to kill Ziggs. Almost gets away with it though. And first big play with Ziggs ever. Double kill, and then eventually an unofficial triple kill. So, great way to start off my first game with Ziggs, to say the least bit. Which, I was rather surprised at that. Because I'm just like, oh wow. I don't know what happened here for some reason. I wasn't paying attention and I walked over there. I think I was trying to type something in chat. Like I said, Talon could kill me if I get too close, and he just showed it right there. That if I do get too close, he will just kill me very easily. I have to pretty much pop everything that I had left. I had barrier, and I had my ultimate to make sure that if he did dive back on me, that he wouldn't get anywhere with it. So Talon didn't even use his ult there, and I'm already struggling. So I know that like this is gonna be a rough game for me. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. So I get a blue buff for my jungler, which is very nice. I've got a jungler that actually knows to give me blue buff. I get bursted down by Talon really easily. I know that if Talon ults, I'm pretty much screwed. Yeah. Right now, though, I have a gold advantage over him. So, as long as I can keep that gold advantage up, I'll be fine. To kind of just stop Talon from being a nuisance to me, I decided to get a Zhonya's as my second item. Normally, I don't like to do that. And on Ziggs, you're supposed to... On Ziggs, your normal build is like Athene's Ludens, so in this case, I should have built... And so normally, I would have built a Ludens after this, but... Talon's already bursting me down really easily, so I decided I really needed some protection against that, so Zhonya's it was gonna be. I ult to get them off my tower. Not necessarily the best way to use my ult, since it is an 87-second cooldown, and that does not decrease with rank as far as I know. Which is unfortunate, but that's why we have some AP, not AP, some cooldown reduction in our runes, and because I do have the normal mid lane mage runes on, so I've got that 8 cooldown reduction, plus I've got the 20 cooldown reduction from Morel's, and that's all that I'm gonna have for cooldown reduction in this game. So 28% cooldown reduction gives me a 87-second cooldown on my ultimate. Not what I would have wanted, but it's whatever. So they try to kill me here, and they fail, and they almost both die, which is really funny. Lee Sin's gonna try to do that a couple times this game. But I know I died one time this game, which is unfortunate, but it's not the worst. So as Ziggs, I kind of have my gameplay mentality with him, where always look to use the ultimate for situations. Always be on the lookout for chances to use the ultimate. Because I call it my game plank mentality, because as game plank, that is what I'm doing a lot of the time. Is I'm trying to figure out, okay, what's going on? Is there somewhere where I can ult? Is there somewhere I can ult right now? Game plank is really easy to do that with, because it's just like, oh, okay, they're there, just point and click, and I ult there. Ziggs, I have to actually be enraged and guesstimate where they're going to walk, where they're going to be after I cast the ult. So it's kind of a guessing game there. Whew! Well, sorry. It's kind of a guessing game in that sense, but once again, Lee Sin trying to do that to me, not really going to work out for him. But it kind of works out. So I ult Bard and kill him. Like I said, my ult does a lot of damage. It's dealing, it has 450 base damage, and it has a more than, probably has like a 1.1 AP ratio, is my guess, because it's dealing 178. I don't know the exact numbers on stuff, guys, so, it's got more than it's probably about a 1.1, AP ratio. So, yeah, Ziggs ult does a lot of damage, and the base damage on it's good, and the AP scaling on it is good. Plus, if you can get people in the center, then it will do the full amount. If you can't, then it'll do 2/3, which is a good way to kind of balance out the massive damage. But as you see, I'm kind of going all over the map, just killing stuff, which is really nice. But yeah, as my first game of Ziggs, I was really happy with how this turned out, because I was still upset with I was not impressed with Ziggs nonetheless. So I was like, well, there's better ways to do this. This is where I die. Yeah. So I was like, there's just better champions that I could choose to win with. Just because Ziggs just isn't good, in my opinion. Ziggs has too many issues that go on with him. From just like being hard to poke the enemy down with, being vulnerable to assassins, just like a lot of mid laners are kind of vulnerable to assassins. And just not feeling like he deals all that much damage without his ultimate. So I was just not happy with him. And I felt very underpowered with him. So yeah, that was my first game on Twitch, and that's kind of like my first impressions on actually Twitch Ziggs. It's kind of like my first impressions on the Ziggs. Just not really all that happy with the champion. I feel like just like I understand why he's not being played all that much, and it's because there's just better champions to choose, and his win rate right now is like 48% or something like that, which isn't bad, but it definitely isn't good, and it doesn't really get better with games played. So yeah, that's how I feel about Ziggs. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you did, and see you in the next one. Thanks.